Nothing. Unless you tell me that I'm committing a crime. Can you see me committing any crime?
Not this one.
That you're aware of?
Not that I'm aware of.
Exactly. So I'm not committing any crime.
You're going to be under arrest.
What for?
You can ask what
on what charge?
and all of it.
On what charge? Are you threatening me? Are you threatening me?
Are you going to get after stuff?
Are you threatening me?
I'm telling you, you need to leave.
Are you threatening me?
Let's go.
Under what charge?
You need to leave.
Under what charge?
I'm not
Don't touch my stuff. Don't touch my stuff.
Don't
grab my stuff.
Paul, you need to get up.
Don't grab my stuff.
Okay, so you're going to do it yourself?
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Do it yourself?
Don't touch me. Thank you for those that have joined me again on this channel, and those that are new. This channel is in relation to exposing crimes, misconduct or abuse by judges, numerous judges, court staff, police officers, potentially ministers, numerous lawyers and the legal industry, and many other parties, Land Registry, and DVLA, which is what this particular video is in relation to. This may be one of the most significant fraud and abuse cases occurring in the UK at this time, due to the fact that the criminals and the abusers are judges, court staff and police officers that have totally undermined the judicial system to the point where I can categorically state to you there is no justice system. It sounds an extreme statement. Judges have crossed the Rubicon into criminality, overt fraud and abuse, which I will release in another video. They have crossed the line into criminality, and the courts are operating as criminal institutions, and they operate as an extension of the legal industry. As you can see from the title, this is potentially an extremely important video that may affect every single person in the UK and beyond, where there are very serious and urgent questions that need to be asked by the police and ministers in relation to Julie Lennard's part, if any, in the crimes conducted against me by dozens of DVLA staff in overt violation of the Road Traffic Act whilst Julie Lennard was CEO of DVLA, following an alleged third-party report made without any evidence that resulted in the loss of my right to drive and the destruction of my life over a number of years. Never in my life have I been in so much danger as cycling the UK roads. It is absolute criminal misconduct by DVLA. The evidence points to the crimes being conducted against me in order to aid in a civil land dispute where judges and lawyers have conducted abusive, unlawful action against me over a 7-year period that has resulted in the destruction of my life. This DVLA action interfered and damaged the final civil court hearing in 2022, where there was and still is a colossal amount of money at stake in damages. DVLA's unlawful licence revocation action against me in breach of the Road Traffic Act took time away from the preparation of the final hearing, as I had to deal with their unlawful and dysfunctional conduct in order to try to stop DVLA revoking my licence within days of receiving their letter. I was a litigant in person. At the time of making this video, Julie Lennard is the Chief Operating Officer of the Crown Prosecution Service and was the former CEO of DVLA. Julie Lennard may have facilitated or even orchestrated these crimes against me, or she may have been falsely implicated in these crimes by the DVLA complaints team. DVLA complaints team have indicated that Julie Lennard was forwarded my complaints where I clearly detailed the unlawful and abusive conduct by DVLA in overt violation of the Road Traffic Act. This can be heard now.
There was incoming details coming in April, and you did get confirmation emails just confirming that we'd had those emails, but there wasn't actually a set response. So the last response that we've issued out, let me have a quick look, because I can see the last one was a matter of going to the CEO through Julie Lennard, so that was that was put on to your case, but that wasn't responded to by the complaints team.
Now, I haven't gone through stage 2 complaints. I haven't sent my correspondence to Julie Lennard.
But that is, so as explained on our complaints procedures, we've got step 1,
yeah,
step 2, and then the step after that would automatically go through that process.
Yes, but step
and
two.
then after that, then the offer of ICA would have been mentioned.
Yes, but,
and that, of course, would then be the next step.
Yeah, but I haven't made any complaint to Julie. I haven't gone to the CEO's office yet. That's
not what I've said.
I know you haven't. I know you're saying something different, but I haven't done that. I have a right to go to step two.
You have been. That's what I'm saying. You'd exhausted the complaints procedure, so
the next
step would be ICA.
All of my complaints have been sent to none of my complaints have been sent to the CEO's office by me.
Okay. No, I didn't say it had. I've already explained that. So I've explained that the procedure would be, it goes to step one, goes to step two, and the next step would be us on our side processing it that way for you.
DVLA complaints were clearly acting in violation of the complaints procedure. As you can plainly see, I had to be the one to send my complaint to CEO Julie Lennard and to a different address, not the complaints team, with them selecting which of my complaints they send. She was also misrepresenting the complaints process. As you can see, there were only 2 in-house stages. The question is, why did she give a false account of the complaints procedure? Was it intended to stop me making my complaint to Julie Lennard? And if so, was Julie Lennard complicit in this misinformation and interference with my rights to get matters dealt with? Or was Julie Lennard unjustly implicated by the complaints team in these crimes by DVLA? An uncorrupted police force urgently needs to establish what the facts are here. I never did receive a letter from Julie Lennard or anyone claiming to be acting on her behalf. It should also be noted that after I made the call to the complaints team that you've just heard, DVLA changed the complaints procedure so the complaints no longer went to Julie Lennard, the CEO. If it is proved that Julie Lennard was forwarded my complaint as alleged by the complaints team, but chose to violate my rights to have my complaint dealt with in violation of the then complaints procedure here, in order to facilitate the crimes against me, crimes that have nearly killed me, crimes that have destroyed my outward life, then this is potentially misconduct in public office, fraud, and acting in violation of her duty of care. And on a further point, the conduct of Transport Minister Heidi Alexander and the new CEO Tim Moss urgently needs to be investigated, as they have both refused to take action to deal with these crimes, with these serious crimes, in clear violation of the Road Traffic Act. They have both been supplied with a 30-page or 31-page detailed chronology of crime with the exhibits. Unless they have lawful excuse for their behaviour, they too may be found guilty of serious criminal offences. I will do a separate video on Heidi Alexander, Tim Moss and Chief Constable Jeremy Vaughan. I think Heidi Alexander was the former Minister of the Courts and Legal Services, groups or entities to which these crimes by DVLA are connected. I have taken these urgent and extremely serious crimes to 4 different police forces and the National Crime Agency. Surrey Police have just not responded to my questions in my email. The Met Police refused to provide me an email that is needed to send them the chronology of crime and evidence. I could find no other means of getting that evidence to them, but maybe it's possible that I've overlooked something, but I don't think so. Avon and Somerset Police refused to take the evidence and just walked out the room. And South Wales Police, that covers DVLA Swansea, instead of deal with the urgent crimes, have instead conducted a campaign of extreme harassment and abuse against me whenever I attend DVLA Swansea to get answers and matters dealt with, even going to the point of assaulting me and threatening and using violence against me in order to try to force me to leave DVLA, and assault potentially being conducted to try to get a violent or abusive reaction from me in order to try to set me up for a crime, potentially to cover up numerous crimes and abuses by DVLA, judges, lawyers and other police officers and many, many other parties. So far, they have sent over a dozen officers on different occasions on 999 emergency response for someone peacefully sitting in a chair waiting for service, operating like hired thugs for criminals within DVLA, acting against law, reason, and basic decency, as you will be able to see for yourself. It has been a distasteful and a degrading experience dealing with these cops as they violate my rights and freedom, where they know I have nearly been run over on numerous occasions, close to being killed or crippled due to DVLA's crimes. It is disgusting abuse by these cops. Given that court proceedings should ensue, I have not gone into all the details of the crimes committed against me by DVLA and have redacted the names of the individuals that have partaken in crimes against me. I am, however, releasing the misconduct by the police officers, as I am in great danger there, as you will see. So exposing them for my own safety and exposing them in order to try to force the hand of the police to deal with crime and stop committing crime. What you're about to see is a series of video excerpts of DVLA staff and police officers acting in violation of the Civil Service Code and law. I draw your attention to DVLA staff refusing to serve me as soon as I arrive at DVLA, and in some cases immediately calling the police, which proves the reason for calling the police is not to do with any unlawful behaviour by me that required the assistance of the police, but completely to do with misusing a corrupt police force to further the crimes against me.
Hello,
Hi.
can I help you?
Yeah, what I'm here for is to try and sort out my driving licence.
Okay.
And I've encountered a lot of dysfunctional
What's that?
conduct. It's a camera.
You're not allowed to put a camera on in you.
I'm allowed in public place.
No, you're not, sorry.
Yes, I am.
Excuse me, I got security now, okay?
Fine. Yeah, come to sort out my driving licence.
Can I ask you to stop the this is not...
You can ask, and it is a public place, and I will carry on recording.
It's not a public place.
It is a public place.
This is a government building.
It's a public place. By law, I have a right to record, and you have no right, no power whatsoever to stop me recording.
Okay, what are you here on business?
I am.
Yeah, and we will not be serving you while you're recording.
Well, we can see Julie Lennard's staff trying to stop me recording in a public place, trying to stop me gathering evidence of DVLA's unlawful conduct in violation of the Road Traffic Act and other law, and then refusing to serve me, which is a breach of the Civil Service Code and I believe misconduct in public office. What it is, I have evidence of criminality, of fraud and misconduct in public office by who's authorised the abuse against me. I have evidence of corruption by the complaints team. There's a whole raft of complaints team, and there's dozens of DVLA staff. What's happening is they've conducted unlawful revocation action against me, okay, without any evidence, based on a third-party report, without any evidence whatsoever. They started revocation action. That revocation action has resulted in the loss of my licence, okay, with no evidence, based on a third-party report, in breach of the Road Traffic Act, in breach of law. Overriding issue. Call handlers are just slamming the phone down on me. I'm always respectful, always respectful.
You are respectful.
Thank you. And they just slam the phone down on me. It's just a mess. I've nearly been killed on the roads numerous times. I've got all the evidence I've sent them of me being nearly run over. I'm losing £1 a week in lost earnings.
What can I do for you today?
So I want to speak to Julie Lennard.
Okay, I can try my best to facilitate that for you.
Yes. And just to be
I'm
clear,
not saying it's possible.
what time do you close, please? I've shown you the evidence. I've shown you the Road Traffic Act.
But we don't know it's a crime, do we? And I feel like it does need to be investigated.
Yeah, and why is she not doing it?
Because
Because
it's not within our
this is
remit.
with-
Yes, it is.
Who is this with? You're from Taunton, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's being dealt with in Taunton.
No, it's DVLA. It's in Wales.
Well, it'd be
This is where the
DVLA's
crime. This is where the crime has taken
It'd
place.
be DVLA's internal policy and the government's own procedure to investigate, wouldn't it?
No, it's a criminal matter.
No.
The Road Traffic Act is legislation, right? They've broken the law. So why are you only interested in arresting the victim, and then the abusers, the criminals, who've endangered life, where I've lost hundreds of thousands? Why are you aiding them? Why are
If you
you
want
not?
to report that needs to be done
No,
properly.
it's a question. No, I will put this online because they have committed serious gross misconduct, and you are refusing to investigate the crime. A crime,
I'm sorry
a
to feel
crime,
like that.
it's not a feelings thing, it's a facts-based thing. All right?
And as we said, there's the ways and means for that to be investigated.
What, a year and a half? A year and a half?
I can't give a timeline.
No, I'm saying
It's not-
a year and a half I've been doing this. And they just slammed the phone down on me.
Okay.
I attended DVLA again the next day in order to try to resolve the outstanding issues. DVLA once again unlawfully refused to serve me and called the police, stating I had locked myself in the toilet. I assume, presumably, stating I would not leave it. This appears to be the criminal offence of perverting the course of justice and misconduct in public office and the offence of wasting police time.
Well, as long as you don't come here, causing a nuisance.
I haven't
then
caused a nuisance.
You have caused a nuisance.
What
that's why we
nuisance?
call.
What nuisance have I
You
caused?
locked yourself in the toilet for one, Paul.
No. You can see in the following clips, there was absolutely no justification to call the police. You can also note Jay, the security guard, giving me the false impression that DVLA were going to help me. Clearly nonsense, given that other staff had unreasonably walked off, and given the police appeared to have been called, and given he was actually asking me to leave the building. Ready?
Do you want us to go and call Jay straight away, or
No, I can deal with you, I'm fine.
are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. I don't mind who I deal with. The first thing I'd like to do before I forget is that I had a refund due on my. 'Cause obviously, you conducted this unlawful action against me, and I lost my license, so I had a refund due on my tax.
Okay.
And I think that was. I saw on it it had 6 months to. In it. It said it will be cashable within 6 months. That 6 months has now expired, so I would need a new check, I think.
A new people order.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What was, you have to write, okay, a covering letter. Do you remember the reg mark?
Not,
You need the reg mark.
yes. Okay. Right, tell me what to do then. So
You need to write a covering letter to say that your paper order was expired.
Yes.
Can we please issue you a new one, but you haven't been able to cash it?
yes.
It's up to date.
And can you give me an email address for that one?
No, I can't give you an email address, but I can take the note from you and I can pass it straight
Oh
to
really?
you.
Why can't you? Why haven't they got an email for that?
We don't do anything by email.
No, we don't allow us
to be stamped on cover letter format.
That's a crazy system. It's a crazy. Cause I've been told that you print documents off from an email and scan them onto a system. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So, really, can you not see what madness that is? Is Julie Lennard responsible? Is Julie Lennard responsible for that? Yes.
Right, okay. Can you leave? I'm going to call security.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, okay. Hiya.
Hi.
You all waiting?
Yeah.
Are you recording?
I am.
You are. There's children here. So I did
No,
to switch the camera on.
That's not catching the child.
Right, so if you
It goes in that direction. I'm conscious of that, so
but
don't
you
worry.
can hear the child.
She's not speaking.
She does speak. Right.
There's no. I'm not breaking the law. I'm absolutely in line with the law.
Right. These people need to be seen to.
Yep.
They helped you yesterday,
No, they didn't.
and the police took
No-
you away to the train
No, they
station.
didn't. No, they didn't. They didn't take me away.
They didn't take you away
No.
at 5 o'clock.
They didn't take me away.
Well,
No.
they're here now, so we'll
That's
see
fine.
that. So can you step aside for these people to be served? I can't.
What?
hear
I'm
them.
in the middle. I'm in the middle of something.
No, they've walked away because they can't help you.
But they were in the middle of talking to me.
Yes, but everything is going back to. You've got a different question for something else.
Sorry?
They have been trying to help you.
They just walked off.
Yeah, they walked off because there is nothing more they can do.
I was in the middle of speaking to them.
Yeah, they walked off because
Exactly.
they can't do no more.
No, they walked off because of the camera.
Yeah. It's not switching off even though there's a child in here.
It's not recording the child.
Because she's not speaking.
We're going to look to see what we can do about dealing with the inquiry. I am going to ask you to step out for a little while because you're recording and other people want to conduct.
Well, I'm happy to step over there and not point the camera at them. I'm prepared to do that.
But I'm not sure what you are recording, whether it's speech
Be with you shortly.
and
There's, look, can I just be clear here, just so you're clear?
Yeah.
You know I've worked with you completely.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay,
I'm
and,
working with you.
and I'll make you aware of the act that gives me
Yeah,
my rights. So
yeah.
you're absolutely clear. So you don't infringe my rights.
I'm not infringing.
I-
I'm
I-
asking you a question.
Okay, I'm just letting you know. No, I didn't think that was a question, but fine. If it's a question, I won't put the child in the shot.
Okay.
Okay. So, and I will do my best not to put them in the shot. So I'll keep my camera as much as I possibly can,
Okay.
while still exercising my right. I'll be as considerate as I can be.
Okay, so I'll ask you the question one more time. Would you mind stepping out of the reception area just so that the people in here can just be dealt with? Just
What?
up there, just until,
Just till everybody's gone.
and then
You can come back in then.
we can readdress.
Well, you won't stop me from coming back in.
No, I can come back in. If you
No.
just take the bag away as well, that's all, please.
Oh, look, what I do? Look, can I use your loo a minute? Can I burst into your loo? And then I'll stay there for a few minutes.
Reasonable request, is it? It's a reasonable request.
Well, I won't put them in. Look, I'm putting this. I'm facing this down.
I understand that.
You know, I'm by law, I'm allowed.
I'm asking you.
Yes, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. I'm being considerate.
Okay, I'm asking you, after you've been to, would you step up there whilst...
I'll see when I come out. I'll see what's going on, but not necessarily. I may do. Just to make you aware, DVLA have an interview room in the main reception area that I offered to go in, so that I would not be recording other people's private information. But all staff refused to go in there with me if I was video or even just audio recording, presumably because they did not want me to have evidence of their crimes.
I'm going to ask you now to leave.
Yes.
Okay.
And if I don't leave, are you going to arrest me?
I will be forced to arrest you. Yes. If you
Okay.
don't leave.
Yeah, I will
I'm
comply.
asking you nicely.
I will comply.
Leave.
Yeah, like I said, I will comply. And what section? On what section are you making this real threat to me on?
It's not a threat. I'm asking you kindly to leave the premises.
No, I'm saying if I don't.
I've tried to advise
no,
you
what I'm
with
saying.
regards to
Can I
getting the answers to the
speak? Can I speak?
questions.
Can I speak?
Absolutely.
Like what I'm saying.
It's not a threat. I'm asking you
Yeah.
kindly to leave the
Look,
premises.
if I don't leave, I want to know what you mean by threat. If I don't leave, are you going to arrest me?
Yes.
I don't know how this officer has managed to convince herself that the word threat does not apply to threat of arrest. I mean, simply, if you look up the word threat, it means a person or thing likely to cause danger or damage. Or you've got this one here, Merriam-Webster, an expression of an intent to do harm. That's what threat means. And that is what an arrest is, especially an unlawful arrest, which is using physical force, which would then, because it's unlawful, would be violence, would it essentially be assault and battery against me by deranged cop. This officer clearly poses great danger to the public. On one hand, she's stating, well, I'm just nicely asking you to leave, in which case, if it's an ask, you can just politely decline. But with the intention, if I don't leave, then she's going to arrest me. I'm being non-violent, non-confrontational, and respectful.
You're no longer welcome in this building, Paul.
That's a civil matter.
You're in a public space.
Yes.
You're no longer welcome.
And it doesn't matter whether I'm welcome. I have legitimate business here. I'm not just.
You're no longer
Yes, I
welcome in
do.
this building.
It's now going to become aggravated trespass, so if you don't leave, you would be arrested for that. Right?
Under aggravated trespass.
Under aggravated trespass.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Look, I will. I'll research that law because I've taken you on your word at this time.
Yeah.
But I thought. Again, I will comply, but I'm just under threat. Under that threat of arrest, I will comply.
Yeah.
Hi. Can I go in?
No.
Why is that?
Right, DVLA's position has been explained to you.
Yeah. I'm just stepping back a bit, so we're not too close.
So DVLA's position has been explained to
Yes.
you on more than one occasion.
Yes.
There's no further help we can offer you, so I'm going to ask you to leave site.
Yes.
And what's your response to that?
Well, you can't lawfully because.
I can 100% ask
You can ask me. Can I explain something in relation to sent that letter through?
Okay.
And he committed fraud. He made false representation in that letter, and he made a false statement of the position of my position. So there's errors in his letter.
Okay.
So the issues haven't been dealt with.
Right.
So this is why I've come back here today.
Okay.
I haven't been sent the freedom of information that I should have been given. I haven't been given the subject access information that you assured me that you would send me. So there's loads of outstanding things.
I didn't assure you I'd send you anything. What I said was I'd look at your request. However, what I'm here to say to you now is that DVLA feels that they've communicated to you their position.
Haven't. Yeah, but they haven't.
Okay, but they feel that they have.
Yeah, but they're wrong.
Right, okay, but there's no further help that's going to be afforded to you today. So I'm asking you now.
You're acting against the civil procedure rules.
I'm asking you.
Civil service rules.
Right. Okay. I'm asking you now
Yes.
to leave site. Are you
Yes.
refusing that request?
Well, I want to get things dealt with.
There's not going to be any further help afforded to you today. Are you going to leave site? Yes or no?
Well, I think you're acting against.
I understand what you think.
Yes.
I'm asking you to leave site. Are you refusing that request?
Are you going to get physical with me?
I 100% would never get physical with you.
Okay. So if nobody's going to get physical with me, then I would peacefully like to still get issues. There's still outstanding issues. I can prove it in court.
Okay, I only need an answer.
Yes.
I'm telling you though that I'm asking you to leave site. There's not going to be any further help afforded to you today.
Yes.
I'm asking you now to leave site.
But you're breaking the law. Was it? By the way, was it you who made the false allegation to the police to get me arrested?
You've asked me this previously.
Yes.
I've made no allegation to get anyone arrested.
So who made the false allegation to get me arrested, stating that I'd locked myself in the toilet?
You're asking me questions, but you're refusing to answer my questions.
So you're saying categorically that wasn't you who made that?
Categorically wasn't me.
Jay, the security guard that you have just seen, knows full well DVLA have not dealt with the issues. I clearly went through the unlawful conduct with him in August 2024. He knows DVLA have not provided the information to me that the law dictates must be provided. DVLA have refused to provide me my subject access request and refused to put their name to the emails and refused to provide me the manager's name. DVLA have refused to answer my questions relating to the unlawful and abusive conduct in clear violation of the Road Traffic Act. DVLA complaints team have refused to deal with the misconduct and unlawful conduct by their staff. The Freedom of Information team have refused to provide me my Freedom of Information request, a request that I believe will provide further evidence of the extent of DVLA's unlawful and abusive conduct, and they too have refused to put their names to the emails and provide me the manager's name. This information could have potentially resulted in me getting my licence back a year and a half ago. Julie Lennard may have personally obstructed these requests. This clearly, urgently needs to be investigated, as we cannot have a criminal or lawbreaker running the Crown Prosecution Service, if indeed that is the case. If Julie Lennard didn't know the serious crimes and unlawful and abusive conduct occurring by senior staff and lawyers at DVLA on her watch, then this is dysfunctional running of DVLA by a CEO, and I believe negligent conduct. And do we want someone responsible for such negligent running of a major government department running the CPS? The following video clip is me explaining to the security guard on my first visit to DVLA on the 8th of August 2024 that DVLA are in breach of the Freedom of Information Act, and I also explained many more violations of the law to him. There can be no excuses that he did not know the crimes and abuses committed by DVLA, as he obstructed me getting my licence back. And what it is, I've asked the Freedom of Information team for information in relation to how they use their powers, which will expose the corruption.
Yeah.
They gave me a date. I asked them in April. They said it may take maximum 40 days. They're just not responding to my emails. Okay. They told me they were going to do an internal review. They haven't done an internal review. They're just ignoring all of my emails, and the call handlers are not telling me the manager's name. They're just slamming the phone down. So I have no other choice but to come here. The licence revocation action by DVLA has destroyed my life. It has violated most of my human rights and has amounted to something very similar to house arrest, where I live miles out of town and where I am now running out of money. I don't think I can portray to you in words the harm, the absolute destruction of my life this has caused over years, all due to overt criminality by DVLA staff, one staff after another, and senior staff, and the abuse and the misconduct by the police officers who have come to unlawfully arrest me, which assist DVLA in their crimes. I think the only people who could really understand what this is like is people who have been imprisoned or have been put under house arrest, who've had their liberties and freedoms taken from them by the state. This is clearly outrageous abuse that this is being conducted against somebody who's committed no criminal offence whatsoever. And what makes it worse is that I can't even take it to the courts, because this is all connected to the crimes committed against me by Judge Rawton, Prigg and Barrett. So there is no remedy there until I've made this public and exposed the criminals that we have as judges, or individuals whose conduct falls into the area of crime. I had not had an accident in, I guess, around 25 years, and I can definitely prove about 10 years. I have evidence of about 10 years no claims, full no claims discount. So there's no excuse, absolutely no excuse for DVLA's conduct against me. I believe if it is proved by either the courts, the Ministry of Transport, or potentially a parliamentary committee that Julie Lennard has had knowledge of or in any way facilitated these unlawful and abusive acts against me by DVLA staff during her tenure, then I believe this may be one of the most significant crimes and abuse cases occurring in the UK at this time, especially coupled with the evidence of the crimes by the judiciary, by the police, and the misconduct by ministers I have on the hard drive that these crimes and abuses by DVLA relate to. Then, if Julie Lennard is proved to have committed misconduct or a criminal offence, then her current appointment as the Director General and Chief Operating Officer of the Crown Prosecution Service potentially puts in jeopardy every criminal prosecution since her appointment, particularly those trials against outspoken individuals that criticise the state power or state abuse. Any such proved involvement by Julie Lennard in these crimes by DVLA that destroyed my life, that perverted the course of justice relating to the final civil court hearing in 2022, would mean that she could potentially be leaned upon at the CPS by powerful state entities or others to either conduct unreasonable or unlawful prosecution, or leaned upon not to start prosecution or unreasonably discontinue prosecution. This poses great danger to defendants and victims, and altogether it would evidence a complete breakdown in the justice system, putting every citizen in the UK in great danger. And if such misconduct is proved, is it possible that it could be seized upon by lawyers to make a case for appeal since her appointment? But I reiterate, she nor anyone else mentioned in this video is guilty of a crime until due process has been properly fulfilled and it has been proved. Until that point, she and they are innocent, but with very serious, urgent questions to answer. However, given the myriad of crimes committed by DVLA staff on her watch, with numerous police vehicles turning up, and 4 police officers turning up mob-handed at a time, surrounding me, threatening to arrest me on numerous occasions on false and fabricated allegations if I don't leave DVLA, and DVLA staff closing down the front counter, turning customers away, I find it implausible that she did not know what was occurring downstairs at DVLA Swansea on her watch. But even if she is not directly implicated in the crimes committed against me by DVLA, it would nonetheless be wholly inappropriate for her to remain Director General of the CPS when criminal prosecutions are conducted against DVLA staff and the police officers and others, given she would potentially be overseeing or be in a position to influence one of the most serious fraud and abuse cases conducted by individuals in numerous state departments, including DVLA, where she once used to work. Prosecution which would clearly badly reflect on her, especially if found guilty. That would be too much of a conflict of interest, don't you agree? Further, DVLA is the most dysfunctional government department I have ever dealt with by far, with the most corrupted and mentally backward people. What you're about to see is recording of staff stating that it takes 10 days, that they have to print off emails, right? Manually print off emails, scan them onto the system, which can take 10 days, right? This is what I've been told on numerous occasions. And this is the clip you're about to see. And much more dumb than that is at the same time, they might only give you a day or two to respond to one of their letters before revocation. And can you give me an email address for that one?
No, I can't give you an email address, but I can take the note from you and I can pass it straight to the
really?
team.
Why haven't they got an email for that?
We don't do anything via email.
No, we don't.
Because it all has to be scanned on. It's got to be letter format.
That's a crazy system. It's a crazy. Because I've been told that you print documents off from an email and scan them onto the system. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So, really, can you not see what madness that is? Is Julie Lennard responsible? Is Julie Lennard responsible for that?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Can you leave? I'm going to call security.
Yeah, that's fine.
I wouldn't have access to that email right now. Generally be advised that they wouldn't be scanned onto the case until a period of 10 working days. Up to 10 working days.
Roughly 10 working days for anything that's sent to us by email to show on your case. So at the moment, that isn't showing on your case.
Julie Lennard is responsible for this stupidity on her watch. As far as I'm concerned, the CPS and the judiciary are some of the most important government departments. Or it was all a lie, printing off this emails thing and then having to scan it onto the system that takes 10 days. That was all a lie in order to try to revoke my license, to put me in breach of their terms so that they would have some reason to revoke my license. This all needs to be investigated clearly. Either it is totally dysfunctional conduct from a major government department, the evidence is that we have complete nut jobs running the DVLA, or it was a crime, it was misinformation, false representation, fraud, unique to me in order to try to put me in breach of their terms and revoke my license. This needs to be urgently investigated. Either way, it's a dire situation. It is not just me who's calling out the dysfunctional running of DVLA by Julie Lennard when she was CEO. You can see in these excerpts from a news article that many individuals were calling out her dysfunctional conduct, and things got so bad that Deloitte even had to be called in, and seemingly the report was covered up, presumably, I guess, because it was so bad. The civil service has become completely detached from any degree of accountability and proper governance, and they all seem to pat each other on the back and tell each other, what a great job they've done, and they leave a trail of destruction behind them. And no government seems to have the ability to get this under control. Do we want somebody that was responsible for such dysfunctional running of a major government department running the CPS? Do you want your life in her hands? Even if you're not a bad-natured individual, you can still face criminal prosecution, say a driving offence. You could be set up and falsely accused of a crime. Post comments on social media and have idiot police thugs kicking your front door, terrorising your children. Or you could be physically defending yourself against an attack. You don't have to be a harmful person to face criminal prosecution. This affects all of you. And finally, I urge you to resist more centralised government control, such as the ID cards. The people in the public sector are far too corrupt and abusive to be entrusted with all your data in one place. My case irrefutably proves it. Even the judges cannot be trusted. Having your data spread out can act as a firewall against individuals who have ill intent. And equally important, we must resist judges taking over jury trials, trampling over hundreds of years of rights. If anything, we need to go in the other direction, giving more power to the people, not giving not taking away power from the people and giving it to the elite. Judges cannot be trusted to administer justice, particularly behind the closed doors of the court. Most judges are corrupt and abusive individuals, but they do care about how they will look. So the only option we've got, the best chance of getting justice, is keep with the jury trials and get the cameras in the courts so that the people can regulate, keep an eye on the judiciary. That will get the best behaviour out of the judiciary and reduce the amount of corruption that is rife within the judicial system. I mean, nobody is overseeing the judiciary. There's just a few individuals, people like me, who are calling out the corruption and abuse. Anyway, that's it. If you wish to help me, or you think my videos are of value, then I ask whether you will consider making a regular monthly donation or just a one-off donation with Buy Me a Coffee, or just a one-off donation with lower processing fees from me at Stripe. The two links are on my YouTube channel at Truth Total UK. Thank you for all those that donate. And for all those that can't donate, if you could please subscribe, like and comment on the video, that will really help me with exposure. Thank you.